0 did
Okay,
pause.
I'm going to do a test to see if this will work. I want to see if, because last night, I'm actually going to put this up on YouTube, by the way. I'm going to do a demonstration. People, please don't ring me up because
Messages.
I'll have to do...
Now, Stephanie Mitchell. Exactly.
I'll have to do another bloody recording, so please don't ring me up right now. Please don't. I need to show you in settings. It's called
Settings.
Speak Screen. I'm going to show you.
Settings.
Go into accessibility.
Search. Wallpaper. Just control. General. Button. Selected. Settings. General. About. Soft. AirDrop. Hand. Car. iPhone. Accessibility. Selected. General. Accessibility.
I want to show you
Heading.
because it's
Voiceover.
pretty amazing.
Zoom. Magnifier. Display icon. Speech. Button. Larger text.
Go into speech.
Selected. Accessibility. Speak selection. Off. The speak button will appear. Speak screen. On.
Speak Screen was switched off yesterday, and I did some searching to find out how do I make Siri read without having to use VoiceOver, because sometimes, okay, I like it when VoiceOver reads to me, but if I want Siri to do any reading, it'll say, there is no book to read. It's like, yes, there is, you stupid frickin' program. Grr. Siri, frustrating me. Okay, so I found a solution. In accessibility settings, you go into speech like I did. There is, I haven't turned on speech selection because it's like I don't need that. Speech selection, it works with and without VoiceOver. But obviously when I don't have VoiceOver turned on, speech selection might work, it might not. But it would be very hard for me to use the phone without VoiceOver because it's like I can't see anything to be able to do it properly. But what does work without VoiceOver is a feature called Speak Screen.
Swipe down with 2 fingers from the top of the screen to hear the content of the screen.
I'm going to show you what that does, because when I did a bit of research last night, I found this quite freaking amazing. What you can do is, if you want Siri to read something without using VoiceOver, because VoiceOver is the built-in screen reader app, and Siri is the voice recognition software. Whereas she will also read stuff without you using VoiceOver, like so. I've got VoiceOver turned on right now, but I'll show you something when I turn it off. So before I turn it off, I want to show you when I put 2 fingers at the top of the screen and swipe down.
Swipe down with 2 fingers from the top of the screen to hear the content of the screen. Highlight content. Off. Button. Highlight.
Oh, okay, that's using VoiceOver as well.
Recorder age.
I think you've got to have VoiceOver turned off. Hang on, let me try something.
VoiceOver off.
Okay, I've got VoiceOver turned off. Now I'm going to try it.
Speak screen. On. Swipe down with 2 fingers from the top of the screen to hear the content of the screen. Highlight content. Off. Highlight content as it is spoken. Typing feedback.
So I've turned VoiceOver off and I've swiped 2 fingers from the top of the screen to down from the top of the screen to tell it to read to me. And so VoiceOver's off, so Siri took over and read what was on the screen. Now I'm going to turn VoiceOver back on.
VoiceOver on. Settings. Swipe down. Speak screen. The speak button will appear when you select.
Now.
Speak selection. The speak button will appear when you select text.
I don't need that because VoiceOver reads to me anyway.
Highlight content.
Now I'm going to go into a book.
Recorder age. Recorder age. Messenger. Book. App Store. Books.
I'm going to find another book that I want to read.
Books.
So I'm
Library.
reading.
Table of appearance. Search. Page bookmark. Off. Button. Page bookmark.
At the moment,
on.
I'm reading the decline and fall of the.
Recorder HQ.
What's it called? The
table of contents. Table of contents. Button.
Read
Library.
what it says.
Button. Library.
So
Reading now.
VoiceOver is turned
Heading.
on.
Account. Button. Cover of the decline and fall of the Roman Empire. Also. Cover of the decline and fall of the Roman.
Decline and fall of the Roman Empire. It's Roman. The decline and fall of the Roman Empire, and it's in 6 volumes, so it's a massive book. I like it, but I want to show you another book which I will be reading on this demonstration. If you're listening, guys, don't ring me, because if you do, it's the bad design of Recorder HQ is it doesn't auto save recordings. You have to do it yourself. That pisses me off. It's not your fault, it's just the design of this fucking app. But anyway, don't worry about it.
The decline and fall of the Roman Empire. 1%
Okay.
more recent. More 1%.
See, there is so much stuff in the book. I'm at like over 100 pages of reading and I'm still at 1% finished. So, hey, I've got a lot to go.
More action. Recent. The Great Controversy Between Christ, PD, The Antichrist
That's
by Arthur
really
W.
good.
New.
Okay,
The Antichrist
I'm
by
going to go into this book.
The Antichrist by Arthur
Now,
W.
I'm in the
Recorder.
book.
Light loading. Important
Oh,
allusions to
hang
him. Page
Hang on a
bookmark.
second.
On. Button.
So the page bookmark is on.
11. Loading. 6. Loading. 11. Page
Just let me load this book. Now, what I can do with this is I can turn voiceover off. I can then swipe 2 fingers down from the top of the screen. So you do a 2-finger swipe down. Siri will start reading independently, which means I can use voiceover to do whatever I want to do while Siri's reading. I can lock my phone while Siri's reading, and I'll show you what that means.
11. The Antichrist in the Prophets verdict. The Antichrist in the Prophets. The references to the Antichrist in the voiceover off.
Oh, hang on. Okay, I'm going to do it again. Oh, I'm going to do this again. Oh, why isn't it working? Oh, I had it working last night.
Voiceover on. Books. Loading. Page bookmark. 11. The Antichrist. Loading. 68%. Loading. 68%. Loading. 68%.
Why is it only loaded 68%?
11. The Antichrist in the Prophets vertical line. Voiceover
Okay,
off.
I'm going to try this again.
The Antichrist in the Prophets.
Here we
The
go.
references to the Antichrist in the Prophets are numerous,
Now,
nor is this
I'm
to be
gonna
wondered
lock
at.
the
It is
phone.
there, more than anywhere else in Scripture, that we learn of the future of both Israel and the Gentiles. It is there we have the fullest information
Now.
concerning end time conditions, and the completest description of the varied parts which the leading characters shall play in those days. Messages would carry us
Siri
beyond the
is now
scope
gonna
designed
keep
for these
reading
articles were to examine every passage in the prophets which makes mention of the man of sin and the numerous roles he will fill. Messages we do not desire to pass by any of the more important allusions to him. We shall, therefore, make a selection, and yet such a selection that we trust to complete. Page 278. Certain scriptures, notably those which view the Antichrist in connection with Babylon, will be waived now, because they will receive separate consideration in a later chapter. One other introductory remark needs to be made. We are conscious that this chapter will probably be somewhat unsatisfactory to a few of our readers, inasmuch as we shall be obliged to take a good deal for granted. It is manifest that we cannot here attempt to give a complete analysis of the passages where the different allusions to the Antichrist occur, but should this be necessary, we are writing to Bible.
So what I did was I double tapped with 2 fingers to pause, because I turned voiceover back on. If I then...
Table of appear search button students. Therefore, we shall ask them to turn.
It's still
Search
okay.
page chooser. Page 200.
So I go into the
11.
book.
The Antichrist
It's
in
now
the Prophets
reading
vertical line. The
with-
Antichrist.
Hang on,
Page
let me
200
go
and
back.
page book. 11. The Antichrist in the Prophets vertical line. The Antichrist.
It's
The
now
Antichrist in
reading
the
with
Prophets.
voiceover.
The references to the Antichrist in the Prophets are numerous, nor is this to be wondered at.
Okay.
It is there, more than anywhere else. The Antichrist in the Prophets.
It's now
The
reading with
references to the
voiceover.
Antichrist in the Prophets are numerous, nor is this to be wondered at. It is there.
If I lock
more-
the phone, it'll stop voiceover from reading straight away. Okay?
12:40
Unlock the
p.m.
phone.
Page 200. Page bookmark. 11. The Anti.
So I'm
Page
at
chooser. Page 277.
277.
11. The Anti.
I'm going to turn voiceover off, because
Page bookmark. On.
if I leave
button.
it at the page bookmark and turn voiceover off, this is what will happen.
Voiceover off.
Okay, I've got voiceover off. See, it won't do anything. Turn voiceover back
Voiceover on. Books. Library. Button. Table. Appear. Search.
Go
Page
into the
bookmark.
book.
11. The Antichrist in the Prophet.
Turn
Voiceover off.
voiceover off. Now I'm going to swipe 2 fingers down, and this is what will happen. It didn't work. Oh, it didn't work.
Voiceover on. Books. Page 200. And the references to the
Okay,
Antichrist
I
in the
think I need to...
page bookmark. On.
So it's
button.
on page bookmark. I think I need to... Hang on. I need to tap
The references
one
to the
finger on the book. That's weird. I need to tap one finger
Information
onto
concerning
the...
page bookmark.
Because right now it's focused on the bookmark with voiceover. So the bookmark.
Page bookmark. Off.
I can turn it off.
Page
I can
bookmark.
turn it on.
On.
I can swipe over.
11. The Antichrist in the Prophets. Vertical line.
And it's focused on the book, but Siri isn't focused on the book. To make Siri, Siri's not voiceover. Siri can only read what's on the screen, whereas voiceover will read everything that I swipe
Page
to read.
Insert. Appearance. Insert. Page.
Okay.
11. Page chooser.
So
11. The
voiceover's
Antichrist in the
now
Prophets.
reading.
Vertical line. The Antichrist. The Antichrist in the Prophet.
But to make Siri focus on that herself without voiceover, I've got to touch
Anywhere
the book,
else in Scripture. That
turn
voiceover off.
voiceover off. Hang on, touch the book. Why isn't it working?
The Antichrist.
There
The
we
Antichrist
go.
in the Prophets. The references to the Antichrist in the Prophets
So,
are numerous, nor is this to be wondered
I've
at.
got
It is
to-
there, more than anywhere else in Scripture, that we learn of the future of both Israel and the Gentiles. It is there we
Try
have the
that
fullest
again.
information concerning end time conditions, and the completest description of the varied parts which the leading
Turn
characters
voiceover
showed in
back
those
on.
days. It would carry us. Page 278. Antichrist in connection with table of content. Appearance.
Try this
Search.
again.
Page bookmark. 11. The Antichrist in the Prophets. Vertical line. The voiceover off.
Okay, I would have two fingers at the centre of the top of the screen, so touch the top of the screen and then... Oh no, I can't...
Voiceover on. Recorder HQ. Settings. Recorder HQ.
Just fuck this up
File
then
step
here, hang on.
minus port. Stop. Stop.
Hang on, I accidentally tapped on
Facebook.
Recorder
Message.
HQ
Book.
when I
App
had
Store.
voiceover
App
turned
Books.
off. Shit.
Books. Library. Page 207.
Okay.
Scriptures. Notably those
So
which
now,
together. Voiceover
I can
off.
turn voiceover off because I focused... See, if I focus voiceover on the book and then I try to run two fingers down the top of the screen to the bottom, it doesn't make Siri read. I literally have to tap one finger on the screen where the book is. Then turn voiceover off, then swipe two fingers down, which doesn't work. Isn't working. Don't know
Voiceover
why.
on. Books. Page 207. Antichrist in
Okay.
connection with Babylon. Voiceover off.
So I'm touch the screen again and then swipe down. It isn't working. What's going on?
Voiceover on. Recorder H.
It went back to recorder
Settings.
H
Calendar.
fucking Q.
Clock. iTunes. App Store. Books.
Siri thing isn't working
Books.
reliably at all.
Library. Page 200. Antichrist in connection with Babylon. Antichrist in connection with Babylon. 12:43 p.m.
So if I
One other
use voiceover and I swipe down with two fingers, voiceover is going to read.
Scriptures.
If I double tap...
Appearance. Scriptures. Notably those which view the
So if I
table of
drag my
contents.
finger
Button.
around on the screen, instead of
Appearance.
swiping,
Page bookmark.
and I drag
Table of
my
contents.
finger around
Button.
on the
Appearance.
screen, it's just going to show me where everything
Page
is.
chooser. Page chooser. 46 pages left. Link.
Okay.
46 pages left.
That's to
Link.
tell me how many pages are left.
Will be waved
Now
now.
I've got my
Antichrist in
finger
connection with Babylon.
on the actual book.
We cannot
My
here
finger
attempt to give up.
is in the book.
Inasmuch as we shall be obliged
So
to take a
around the book you've got
Recorder HQ. Library.
Recorder HQ,
Button. Table.
library,
Page
table
bookmark.
of-
Off. Outline at least
Okay,
will be
so-
supplied. Certain. Voiceover off.
I've got to have my two fingers at the top of the screen and go
Outline at least will be supplied.
From the
Certain
very
scriptures,
top all
notably
the
those
way
which view
down.
the Antichrist in connection with Babylon, will be waived now, because they will receive separate consideration in a later chapter. One other introductory remark needs to be made. Library. Table of content. Page 278 of 640. Page bookmark. Off. 11. The Antichrist. Page bookmark. On. 11. The
Okay.
Page bookmark. 11. The Antichrist in the
gonna
Prophets.
try
Vertical line.
something.
The Antichrist. Voiceover off.
going to test something. Get my two fingers, go right from the top to the bottom like this.
The Antichrist in the Prophets. The references to the
that's
Antichrist in the Prophets are numerous, nor is this to be wondered
So-
at. It is there, more than anywhere else in Scripture, that we learn of the future of both Israel and the Gentiles. It is there we have the fullest information concerning end time conditions and the completest description of the very... Page 200.
So yes, Siri will only work.
Prophets. Page bookmark.
So I'm on the page bookmark. I do focus on the book.
11. The Antichrist in the Prophets. Vertical line. The Antichrist. The Antichrist in the Antichrist in the Prophets. The references to the page bookmark.
Oh no.
On. Button.
It'll only work if I
11.
turn
The Antichrist in the
voiceover
Prophets.
off.
Vertical line. The voiceover off.
Then put my two fingers right at the top of the screen and do a quick swipe. It sounds like this, goes like that. I'm going to do that on the screen. I'm going to go like this. Didn't work. Oh, are you kidding me?
Voiceover on.
It doesn't
12:45. Notification center. Heading.
Doesn't usually work.
iPhone minus 0.
No, when doesn't usually
App
work.
Store. Books.
it works sometimes.
Books. Like Yes Optus Network. Status page bookmark. On. 11. The Antichrist in the voiceover
Okay.
off.
I'm going to try it again. No.
Voiceover on. Books. Library. Button. Page book. 11. The Antichrist
I've
in the
now
Prophets.
got to
Page
touch my finger on
277
the book.
of the future of both Israel and the.
So I've touched my finger onto the actual book. So the centre of the screen is where the book is. Around the screen is
Library,
Recorder
HQ,
of Contents,
Page
Recorder
bookmark,
HQ,
on,
Page Bookmark.
on,
That's
button,
at the top right corner.
Appearance, button,
Appearances
Table
in
of contents,
appearances
button.
in the middle. Table of contents is on the left.
Prophets are numerous, nor is anywhere
The
else.
book then goes down the
Condition.
centre of the page.
Design a selection that we page chooser, page 277, adjustable. Therefore, make a information
Now my finger
anywhere
is
else
on
in
the book.
scripture that we learn.
My finger is on the book and I've taken my finger off the book. Turn voiceover off.
Voiceover off.
Get my two fingers, but except it won't work unless I swipe from the very top of the screen. Isn't working.
Voiceover on. 12:47 p.m.
No, I need to go back into books.
Table of appearance. Sir, page 11. The Antichrist in the Prophets. Page
Touch the book.
277 of 642. Voiceover
Now
off.
I've got to swipe from the very top with two fingers, very top of the screen down to the bottom like this.
The Antichrist in the Prophets. The references to
Or
the Antichrist in the
it
Prophets are
doesn't
numerous.
work.
Nor is this to be wondered at. It is there, more than anywhere else in Scripture, that we learn of the future of both Israel and the
Now I
Gentiles.
can
It is there we have the fullest information
turn
concerning end time
voiceover
on,
on,
and the completest
lock
description
the
of the
phone.
varied parts which the
I
leading
can now
characters shall
lock the
play in those
phone.
days. It would carry us beyond the scope designed for these
And it will
articles, but to
just keep
examine every
reading.
passage in the Prophets which makes mention of the man of sin and the
Okay, so that's how I do it. So
page 200. Table of
make
contents.
sure it's on
Button.
the book.
Information concerning page 11. The information.
So
Page
I'm on the bookmark.
On.
I've got
Button.
to swipe right to, or I don't even have to swipe right. I have to actually touch. I can swipe
11.
right
The Antichrist in
and
the
then
Prophets.
voiceover
Vertical
will
line. The
read,
Antichrist. The page
Or-
bookmark. On. Button.
or I can touch one finger on the
Information
book.
concerning end time.
Okay,
Leading days.
I'm dragging my
Design
finger
for these.
around on
Examine
the
every.
book.
Speak screen. Leading characters. Speak screen. Expand speaking bar. Button. Minimize speaking bar. Books. Minimize speaking bar. Button. Expand speaking conditions and the
Okay.
complete test.
Speak
Informa-
screen. I
Design.
know. So
Description
that's
of the
the
varied
book.
parts which the
So I had to use one
leading
finger
characters shall play in those
to double
days.
to
Information of the
touch
which makes
one
mention of the
finger
man
on
of
the
sin.
book. So no double tapping, just touch one finger on the book.
Voiceover off.
Now I turn voiceover off, and now I've got to touch two fingers on the top of the screen like this. Swipe down. See, it doesn't work.
Voiceover on. Recorder HQ. Set cap room clock. Notes clock room cap set iTunes store app store books. Library. Page 207. Voiceover off.
I've got to quickly do a two-finger swipe from the top of the screen down like this.
The Antichrist in the Prophets.
like
The references
that,
to the
really
Antichrist in the
fast.
Prophets are numerous, nor is this to be wondered at. Voiceover on. More than anywhere else in Scripture.
Library.
That we learn of the
Voiceovers
future of both Israel and the
working
Gentiles. It is there we have the fullest
independently of
information concerning
Siri.
end time conditions
So
and the
Siri's
completest
reading.
description of the varied parts which the leading characters shall play in those days. It will carry us beyond the scope designed for these articles, but to examine every passage in the Prophets which makes mention of the man of sin.
Okay, I've stopped both voiceover and Siri
Search.
from
Page
reading.
bookmark. 11. The Antichrist in
I'm
the
now
Prophets.
gonna
Vertical
try
line.
it
Page
again.
277 of 600. Voiceover off.
Now I've got to use two fingers at the very top of the screen, really fast swipe down to the bottom. And if you don't use two fingers, it
Voiceover
doesn't
on.
work.
Books. Library. Button. Page 270. Voiceover off.
You can't use one like that. You've got to go
The Antichrist in the Prophets. The references to the
fingers at the
Antichrist in the
same
Prophets are
time?
numerous, nor is this to be wondered at. It is there, more than anywhere else in
Voiceover
Scripture. That
to
Library.
swipe down,
Button.
or it doesn't work. So
Table of
Focus
contents.
on the book
Page
by tapping it with
277
one
of
finger.
642. Information concerning end time.
turn
Voiceover off.
voiceover off. Now two fingers at the same time from the very top. At the top of the screen, swipe right down to the bottom like this. Doesn't always work. Does not always
Voiceover
work.
on. 12:50 Sunday, the 4th of November.
Doesn't always work.
Page book. Table of contents. Appearance. Voiceover off. The Antichrist in the Prophets. The references to the Antichrist
You
in the
have to be
Prophets are
really
numerous,
fast
nor is this to
about
be
it.
wondered at. It is there, more than anywhere else in Scripture, that we
Voiceover
learn of the
on.
future. Like page chooser. Page 277. Voiceover off. Voiceover on. Recorder HQ. Settings. Facebook. Book. App Store. Books.
See,
Library.
I noticed that when I've got voiceover turned off, when I use two fingers to swipe from the top of the screen, it thinks I've used one finger, so it opens up Recorder HQ. When I do a two-finger swipe, it doesn't register a two-finger swipe, it registers a one-finger tap. So Speak Screen is unreliable because when you do a two-finger swipe down with VoiceOver turned off, it thinks you've done a one-finger tap and it will open something up when you've used two fingers on the screen.
Page 277 of 642 has bookmark. The Antichrist in
So, of course, then I need to let me put my phone down. I've got stuff all over the place here. Stuff everywhere. I've made a blind mess. I've made a blind mess here. I made a blimey mess and it is disgusting. I did not see how much water got all over the bench, so now my phone is sitting in water. I have to get that, clean that off. Okay. Now, Speak Screen can be unreliable because if you swipe two fingers down to the bottom of the screen without VoiceOver turned on, of course, so you turn off VoiceOver, the phone registers one finger tap and it will open something up instead of registering Speak Screen. So you have to be really precise when you do it.
Profits, the references to the Antichrist in the page bookmark.
You have to be very precise when you do it. I'm going to turn VoiceOver off and try it again. See, it doesn't do it. It just registers one finger tap.
12:53 p.m. Books, library. Page 277 of 642 has bookmark. Wondered leading characters shall play in those.
It just registers one finger tap.
VoiceOver off.
Try it again. So from the very top of the screen, two fingers.
The Antichrist in the Prophets. The references to the Antichrist in the Prophets are numerous, nor is this to be wondered at. It is there, more than anywhere else in Scripture. VoiceOver on. Learn of the few. Book, library, table of appearance, button. VoiceOver off.
I'm just going to try it again.
The Antichrist in the Prophets. The references to the Antichrist in the Prophets are numerous, nor is this to be wondered.
Okay.
Library, button.
Now I'm going to try this again.
VoiceOver off.
Now I've got to, just open something up then.
VoiceOver on. Books. Library.
Oh
button.
no, I didn't.
Table of appearance. Library.
Button. I'm going to just check something out. Turn VoiceOver off.
VoiceOver off.
Got to go from the top of the screen down very fast. Two fingers. And if you're not careful, it thinks your two fingers swipe down is one finger tap, which is not good. So I'm going to try it again.
The Antichrist in the Prophets. The references to the Antichrist in the Prophets are numerous, nor is this to be wondered at.
So you've literally got
more than anywhere else in Scripture that we learn of the future of both Israel and the Gentiles. It is where we have the fullest information concerning end time conditions and the completest
So you can't actually put two fingers onto the screen. You've literally got to tap and swipe down with two fingers. So touch your two fingers on the top of the screen and swipe down immediately to the bottom, straight down. Otherwise, it thinks that your two fingers touching the screen is one finger tap. So then it will tap on Recorder HQ and open it and things like that. So yeah, it can be very unreliable.
VoiceOver off.
Check something.
The Antichrist in the Prophets. The references to the Antichrist in the Prophets are numerous. Library. Button.
Turn off VoiceOver.
VoiceOver off.
Put two fingers on the screen. Swipe. See, it just registered one finger dump, one finger tap. See, if you're not
VoiceOver
careful,
on.
it registers
Messages.
things.
Notes. Message. Settings. iTunes Store. App Store. Books.
It sometimes registers two fingers as two finger swipe down, and sometimes it registers two fingers swipe down as single finger tap.
VoiceOver off.
Two fingers on screen, and it just registered one finger
VoiceOver
tap.
on. Recorder HQ. Facebook. Messenger. Books. App. Books. Books. Library. Button. VoiceOver off.
So I've got to get my two fingers, swipe. It just opened up Recorder HQ. I know that because when I turn VoiceOver on, it tells me that I'm in Recorder HQ. And When I use 2 fingers to swipe down, it sometimes registers speak screen and sometimes it does a single finger tap to open something.
Notes. Setting. iTunes. App Store. Books. Books. Library. VoiceOver off. VoiceOver on. Recorder HQ. Settings. Button. Stop. Button. Books. Library. VoiceOver off. The Antichrist in the Prophets. The references to the Antichrist in the Prophets are numerous. Nor is this to be wondered at. It is there, more than anywhere else in Scripture, that we learn of the future of both Israel and the Gentiles. It is there we have the fullest information concerning end time condition. Library.
You've got to be really precise. You've literally got to pull your 2 fingers down
Status bar
from
item.
the very top of the screen in the middle to the very bottom in the, the very bottom, straight down the center of the screen with 2 fingers precisely. Because otherwise, so turn VoiceOver off.
VoiceOver off.
You got to be very precise when you do 2 fingers swipe down. Because, as I've noticed, putting 2 fingers on the screen,
the Antichrist in the Prophets,
and
the references to the Antichrist in the Prophets are numerous, nor is this to be wondered at. It is there, more than anywhere else in Scripture, that we learn of the future of both Israel and the Gentiles. It is there we have the fullest information concerning end time. Library.
Swiping down really fast with 2 fingers from the top of the screen to the very bottom, down the very centre, straight down, registers. So when you've got VoiceOver turned off, it registers speak screen. So Siri takes over and reads. If you accidentally swipe a little bit crooked, or you don't swipe quick enough, or you don't swipe to the centre enough of the screen, okay, it will not register 2 finger swipe down. You think you've done a 2 finger swipe down, but it actually registers a single finger tap and opens up Recorder HQ or whatever you've got on the screen. It will open it up. So when you do a 2 finger swipe down with VoiceOver off to activate speak screen, don't go to the left or don't accidentally touch 1 finger on the screen and then the other one. Put 2 fingers on the screen at the same time and go swipe down to the very bottom, straight to the bottom, very fast. Because you think, oh, I did a 2 finger swipe, whereas your phone registers 1 finger tap. So you have to be very precise, and it takes a lot of practice.
Table of
But
Library.
I'll do it again. It takes a lot of practice to do it. Oh, I just opened up Recorder HQ
VoiceOver
again.
on. Messages. 3 unread messages. Messages. No. Settings. iTunes Store. App Store. Books. Books. VoiceOver off.
Now I'm going to try it again from the very top to the very bottom.
The Antichrist in the Prophets. The references to the Antichrist in the Prophets are numerous, nor is this to be wondered at. It is there, more than anywhere else in Table of Library.
Okay,
Button.
very fast.
VoiceOver off.
Like this.
The Antichrist in the Prophets. The references to the Antichrist in the Prophets are numerous, nor is this to be wondered at. It is there, more than anywhere else in Scripture, that we learn of the future of both Israel and the Gentiles.
Okay,
Library.
I've had enough of doing that, but the idea is you can't swipe 2 finger swipe down and go crooked on the screen or do it slowly or anything like that, because if you do, for some reason, your phone won't register 2 fingers on the screen. It will only register 1 finger, and it will register 1 finger tap. So you have to be very precise. But the good news is, when you're using speak screen, you can then turn VoiceOver on and write up a text message or anything you want while you're reading. You could even in the voices section in speak screen, there's a voices section where you can change the voice and the speech rate. You could essentially make it speak a note, and while it's speaking, you turn VoiceOver on, and then you literally can copy out a phone number or whatever you need to copy out, which is quite amazing, really. You can literally copy out anything you want by copying down what Siri on speak screen is saying, independently with VoiceOver, which is a good thing, because you activate speak screen without voiceover, like I showed you. It takes a lot of practice, but you can do it, and then it's really good. Once you get the idea, it is really good. You then turn voiceover on. You then use double tapping to pause and resume your Siri speech until whatever you've done is finished, and then you just take the focus. I guess by swiping with voiceover, it deactivates the Siri speak screen until you reactivate it again. So it's switched on in settings, but you can activate and deactivate by using voiceover to after you double tap with 2 fingers to stop speak screen from talking. You then use voiceover to swipe left and right to deactivate, just to temporarily deactivate speak screen. And when you are going to reactivate it again, you turn off voiceover, you swipe 2 fingers down to the bottom, from the top of the screen to the bottom. A quick swipe, 2 fingers swipe down. Then you turn voiceover on. Then you go into your notes or your messages, copy down what speak screen is saying. Okay. Then you 2-finger double tap, pause, 2-finger double tap to resume Siri speaking what you've activated earlier. And when you want that to stop until next time you reactivate speak screen, double tap with 2 fingers to stop speak screen from talking. Then swipe left or right with voiceover, and that will make your Siri, what it's registered in itself to speak on the screen, that will disappear until you reactivate speak screen next time to start up a new Siri speech, for yourself to read or copy into another note or whatever you want to do with voiceover. So, yeah.
Library.
If there's any confusion, please let me know in YouTube comments, or if you're doing a recording yourself and you want to ask a question when you're doing your recording for YouTube, ask me whatever questions you need to. Or use text messages or WhatsApp to ask me questions, YouTube comments, your responses in your YouTube recordings. Just act like you would do if you're using Audio Boom, would you please? And I can give you verbal or written responses, whichever way you want it to be done. Okay, and whoever's on Facebook can private message me as well. And on Twitter, direct message me on Twitter. MJ, Troy GD, and Facebook Shelley Danae. I'm going to put that in the description when I upload this to YouTube as well. So
Table appear. Page bookmark.
Okay, I'm going back to Recorder HQ.
Phone. Recorder 4G. Recorder HQ.
And
Recorder HQ. Settings.
I'm going to save this
Pause.
recording.
Stop. Stop. Button.